Capital Coaches, West Drayton. Capital Coaches was awarded the contract for new route H26 starting on 28th August 1993. Hounslow Council contributed funding. The base was in Sipson Road, West Drayton, with buses outstationed at the Flightpath car park off the Eastern Perimeter Road. The route was temporarily operated with Mercedes 609D minicoaches H834 to 837 GLD. From the 22nd of November, 3 Mercedes-Benz 709Ds with Beaver bodywork and wheelchair lifts entered service L204 to 206 ULX. The contract was renewed retained from the 16th of November 1996. Nothing much happened until 1997. I can't find a specific date from a written source. The internet says April, when Capital Coaches and Whyte's airport services merged to form Capital Logistics. In 1998, new Sunday only route H24 was introduced on the 1st of March. It operated afternoons only, linking Feltham Stn and the Young Offender Centre, and this was operated by Capital Logistics. The contract for the 726 was awarded to Capital Logistics commencing the 4th of April. 9 of the Icarus-bodied DAF SB220s were transferred from London coaches DK1 and then DK3 to DK10. DK2 and DK11 arrived via a Beaver bus and coach, which had been Hughes DAF, along with another pair, L511 EHD and M806 RCP, which were Whyte. The majority of location was at West Drayton. There are a few outstationed at the eastern end. Initially, the Harris bus depot at Belvedere was used, and Crayford in July, the same site used by Borough Line. Swanley in August, after Metrobus moved their Southlands coaches operation into it. Then everything was concentrated at West Drayton, approximately 16th of August, then back to Crayford at some point in September. The U3 was taken over from 2nd of May. 9 10-metre Optet XLs were acquired, R985 to 993 EWU. The unhappy saga of the 60 started on the 29th of August, but West Drayton wasn't involved. 1999. From the 27th of February, the 726 was withdrawn between Bromley North and Dartford. The depot in Commerce Way, Croydon was operational from approximately 9th of March. The Crayford allocation on the 726 moved there at some point in May. Again, these dates are a bit vague, I'm afraid. There isn't like anything too specific. Tillings Golden Miller acquired the Capital Logistics operation on the 1st of June. TGM was part of the Status Group and Capital Logistics was part of NCP. The TGM coach fleet was relocated to West Drayton over the weekend of the 26th 27th of June. The S3 moved from Byfleet to Croydon on the 31st of August. The H26 had some route changes on 4th of December. A Sunday service was added replacing the H24. 2000. The contract for the H26 was renewed from the 8th of January 2000. Capital Logistics routes were incorporated into TGM from this date. From the 1st of February, 4 new 8.8 metre Dart SLFs with pointed bodywork V306 to 309 MDP were introduced to the H26. The displaced buses were transferred to Hounslow. The contract on the 726 was renewed retained from the 4th of March. The Croydon depot was closed. The 60 was transferred to Arriva London South along with the buses. The S3 was transferred to Epsom buses, also with the buses. The 726 moved to the Peckham depot of the Londoners. This was part of TGM. 712 metre Volvo B10 BLE with ALX 300 bodywork W901 to 907 UJM entered service on the 12th of April, replacing the DAF Icarus. TGM took over the eastern side of Fulwell Garage. In recent years, this had been used by London buses to store withdrawn buses prior to sale. Some of the operations at Byfleet moved to Fulwell on the 22nd of April, starting their duties at Byfleet and finishing them at Fulwell. Byfleet remained open for the purely Surrey services. West Drayton's operations were transferred over the night of the 29th to 30th of April, followed by the Peckham outstation from the 13th of May, and Hounslow generally on the 10th of June. Same arrangements as Byfleet, buses started at Hounslow in the morning and finished at Fulwell at the end of the day, and the sources of various lots newsletters. Now the Flickr links This is by David Heath, showing the original arrangements from the H26 with H835 GLD at Hatton Cross. This by David Farrow shows one of the buses in service, Ultra 4ULX, with the again the Hounslow lettering. As I said, it was funded by Hounslow, and you see this bus has the Hounslow lettering there as well. This is after the takeover by TGM, so the writing's been removed on the side and it's on the R62. Matt Farmer is, this is the Opter XL R985 EW at Heathrow, and again this, I think these were the only ones that had the capital livery, well, what was you could call a capital livery. This is the all white bus L511 EHD on the 726. Again, no identity anywhere on it. This is by Michael Wadman, one of the Whyte's airport buses. As I said earlier, it was merged to form Capital Logistics. And this by Michael Alan Ward's photo stream. This is a brochure for Capital Logistics. And the link to this, if you click on here, it takes you through the pages of the brochure, so it'd be handy for you to have a look at. And this is an aerial view on Google. So you've got Sipson Road and you've got the depot here, which is still in use, right by the M4 motorway. And if you zoom out, you can see we've got Heathrow down here, and then over here we've got the Eastern Perimeter Road. So I assume that the outstation was in one of these car parks, but I don't know where, because the only other car park down here is a staff car park. But don't forget, we're looking at 1993, so there might have been rearrangements since then, but that's the positions of the Eastern Perimeter Road in relation to the depot. But I'll put links to everything down below. Michael Alan Ward's photo stream, Michael Wadman, David Beardmore, Matt Farmer, Alicon Really, David Farrow and David Heath. So you can have a look at those images on Flickr at your leisure. And again, if the descriptions are too long, I'll cut the wording back here in the description below the video, because obviously you can watch the video and pause if you need to clarify anything. But that's a brief overview of the Capital Coaches operation from West Drayton.